There's a secret so simple, so powerful, that it could change your life forever if you dared to believe it. Not someday, not maybe, not if the stars align. No. And it begins with this. You become what you think about. That's it. That's the secret. It's not hidden in a $1,000 seminar. It's not buried in some ancient manuscript or encrypted by a genius long gone. It's here. It's always been here. And yet so few live by it, because we don't believe simple things can hold great power. We think life must be more complicated than that. That success belongs to the elite, the lucky, the gifted. That wealth, joy, peace, they're all reserved for someone else. But what if I told you it was never about talent, never about privilege, never about being born into the right family or handed the right opportunity? What if I told you it was only ever about your mind? You see, the mind is the most fertile ground known to man. It will return whatever you plant. It makes no judgment. It doesn't care whether you plant corn or poison. It doesn't choose between victory or defeat. You choose. Your thoughts are the seeds. Your beliefs are the water. Your actions are the sun. And your life is the harvest. But here's where the tragedy begins. Most people never plant anything at all. They drift. They conform. They follow the crowd. They do what everyone else is doing without ever asking, where are they going? We live in a world with more opportunity, more freedom, and more tools to succeed than at any point in history. And yet, most people are broke, burned out, or broken inside. Why? Because they've forgotten the secret. They've forgotten that the most powerful force in their life is their own thinking. You can see it in their eyes. The fire that once burned at 25 is dim by 35 and gone by 55. They used to dream. They used to believe. But somewhere along the road, they traded purpose for security, vision for conformity, faith for fear. And they wonder why they feel empty. But not you, not anymore. Because today you remember. Today you reclaim what is yours. Today you awaken to the truth that you become what you think about, and what you think about is up to you. This secret isn't just philosophy, it's law. Immutable, unforgiving, unstoppable, just like gravity. And when you align with it, your world begins to change. Think about the people who rise, the few who defy the odds. They are not lucky. They are not magic. They are deliberate. They think with purpose. They act with conviction. They move with clarity. And the world bends to meet them. Now look at the rest, the 95%. They hope, they wish, they wait. But hope without vision is just disguised fear. Wishing is dreaming with no commitment. And waiting is the silent killer of destiny. These are the people who wake up and go to jobs they hate just because everyone else does. Who tell their children to be realistic because somewhere along the line they stop believing in dreams. They scroll, consume, compare, never realizing the only thing missing from their life is a decision. A decision to take back control. A decision to think differently. A decision to lead their mind instead of being led by it. It's no coincidence that every great teacher, every prophet, philosopher, and pioneer said the same thing in different ways, from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius to the carpenter from Galilee. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. You become what you think about, over and over, through every age and every tongue. It's not strange, it's not mystical. It's just a law like fire burns, like water flows, like seeds grow. If you think in fear, you live in fear. If you think in poverty, you attract lack. If you think in vision, purpose, gratitude, and faith, your life will rise to meet you. You become the captain of your own ship. But let me ask you, where is your ship headed? Have you plotted a course? Or are you drifting, hoping the waves will carry you somewhere good? Imagine two ships leaving the same harbor. One has a captain, a map, and a clear destination. The other has no crew, no plan, no direction. It just floats. Now tell me which one reaches its destination. This is your life. This is your mind. This is the difference between a life of impact and a life of regret. The world rewards the focused. It elevates those who know where they're going, not because the world is fair, but because clarity is rare. And what's rare becomes valuable. Don't chase success, chase clarity. Don't wait for opportunity. Build vision. Don't compete with others. Compete with your potential. Success is not a finish line. It's not a number in a bank account or a car in a garage. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is a teacher who wakes up every day to shape young minds because she chose that path. Success is a mother raising a family with intention and joy. Success is the artist who creates, the salesman who serves, the janitor who takes pride in his work because they are living on purpose. It doesn't matter what you do, only that you chose it, committed to it, and gave it your best. But most don't, because they never decide. They never write the goal, never define the dream, never say, this is who I will become. And so they become nothing. But not you. Right now, you have the power to change everything. Not through luck, not through magic, but through a decision. A quiet, powerful, irreversible decision to plant your seed, to think on purpose, to believe with full force, to take the wheel of your mind and drive it somewhere bold, somewhere worthy, somewhere divine. You are not a machine. You are not a number. You are not a follower. You are a creator designed with the same brilliance that hung the stars, carved the oceans, and stitched together the laws of this universe. And the law is clear. You become what you think about. So what will you think about? What will you focus on? What will you feed your mind? Because that's not your past, not your pain, not your circumstances. That is the secret that changes everything. If you want to change your life, you don't start by changing the world around you. You start by changing what's going on inside of you. You start by taking responsibility for your thoughts. Most people don't. Most people spend their entire lives reacting to circumstances, to opinions, to fear, to whatever the day throws at them. They think it's the weather, the economy, their boss, their parents, their partner, their childhood, their luck, but it's not. It never was. It's the thoughts they allow to live inside their mind. Thoughts are not harmless, they are blueprints, and once you let them take root, they build. They build beliefs. They build habits. They build your future. Everything you see around you, the homes, the bridges, the books, the inventions, the technology, the art, all of it was once invisible. It began as a thought, then came faith, then action, and finally, reality. That's the pattern. That's the law. It doesn't change. It doesn't care whether you understand it or not. It works for everyone or against them depending on how they use it. So ask yourself this: what have you been thinking about? Because your life today is the echo of your thoughts yesterday. And if you want tomorrow to be different, then today, this moment, must be the turning point. You don't need anyone's permission to change. You don't need anyone to believe in you first. The moment you begin believing in yourself, the shift begins. That's the power of thought. There is no force on earth, no army, no politician, no law that can stop a person who's made up their mind and refuses to quit. That's the fire that built empires. That's the faith that moved mountains. That's the secret every titan of industry, every revolutionary, every soul who ever did the impossible understood. They knew the mind was a tool, not a master. They knew fear was a liar, not a leader. They knew doubt had no place where vision lived. And they used the secret to carve their lives from nothing into greatness. So will you. But you must decide what you want. That sounds so simple. And yet it's where almost everyone fails. They say they want to be happy, but don't define what happiness is. They say they want success, but haven't written it down. They want more, but don't know more of what. So let me ask you again, clearly and directly. What do you want? Say it. Write it. Claim it. Don't just think in circles. Define it like your life depends on it, because it does. A vague mind produces a vague life. A scattered focus leads to scattered results. But a clear goal, a single burning aim, that is the spark that ignites everything. Write it down. One thing, one direction, one vision. Not 10 different things, not 20 half-baked dreams. One goal that burns in your heart, one goal that wakes you up and keeps you up, one goal that scares you just enough to know it matters. And once it's written, your job is simple. Think about it every single day. Feed your mind with it. See it, feel it, taste it, breathe it. That's not wishful thinking. That's neurobiology. That's the law of cause and effect. That's what Carnegie did, what Ford did, what Edison did, what Oprah, Disney, Mandela, and Jobs did. They became what they thought about because they thought about it relentlessly. They planted the seed and refused to dig it up in doubt.